Okay, so just a few weeks ago, I set up this bad boy tent in my plant room. And yes, it's huge. It takes up a lot of space, but it's been doing pretty well for my plants and in a short amount of time. So I am going to do a tour of the grow tent and tell you guys a little bit about the plants that I have in here and show you what's going on with them. And then my hopes is in 2 months, I can give you a grow tent update and show you the progress of the plants that I have in here. So I'm going to document what they look like now in the first week, and then we'll come back in 2 months and see how they're doing. Let's go. All right, y'all. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana. If you're new here, thanks for being here. On this channel, I am documenting the growth of my plants, my plant journey, and hopes that whatever it is that I explain or go over with my plants, that it will help you guys along on your journey as well. So if you're not new here, well, thanks for coming back, and let's get started. So like I said, I set this up last week and it's doing pretty well. It stays about 83% humidity in here and 84 degrees around that time. So I imagine in the summertime that the humidity in here will be even higher. But I'm going to go over the plants that I have in here, and then I'll come back in 2 months and give you guys an update. I'm going to try my best not to show any of the plants in this grow tent until I do the update. I might post pictures on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, plant Instagram, you can follow me on Swing Into Plants. And yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to start with this side and work my way around. So we'll start here with my Anthurium Regal. And I grew this from a stump, and she does need to be repotted. She needs to be repotted badly because her roots are coming out, and she's been in here for a while. I also want to chop her. I want to chop the chunk. If the chunk is still viable, I want to chop it and create a clone of this one. She is a little crispy around the edges, and that is because I had her in my grow cabinet, and I took her out of the grow cabinet for one day, just one day. And she did get a little crispy, but she's doing well. I've seen other regals on YouTube, and they look way worse than this, way worse. So I'm hoping that by her being in this tent that she will look better when she produces a new leaf, and we shall see how she does in here. But I'm happy with this so far. She may have been inconsistently watered, not sure, but for now I'm happy. And I am going to do a video when I chop her, when I repot and chop her. So stay tuned for that. So next, beside that, is my Anthurium Betsy Y lobe, Betsy I F Y lobe. She hasn't done anything since I got her. It was an import. She hasn't put out a new leaf. Oh, she's getting ready to put out a new leaf for me. Yes. So hopefully in 2 months, there will be an update on that. She is in a no drainage with my regular potting soil and leca at the bottom. And beside her is one of my Alocasia Fraudex. She's getting ready to put out a new leaf as well. She's pregnant here, so that will be an update. And she's doing pretty well in here too. I did not put Queenie in here, which is my other Fraudex. I haven't put Queenie in here because Queenie is doing fine on the shelf. So, and down here, I have my black velvets. Now, in my last video, I posted both of these plants, and I said that this was the black ninja. So I am in a Anthurium group on Facebook, and not Anthurium group, I'm sorry, Alocasia group on Facebook, and I posted this one a few days ago, and I was told that this is a black velvet as well, although they look different to me because of the roundness of the leaves on this one. But they definitely said that this was a black velvet. So I have two black velvets in my collection, and I am on in search of a ninja. I really want one of those in my collection as well, but they have been doing fine. So let me put this one down. I'll talk about this one first. This was my recent purchase. I think I've had this for maybe a month and a half, and she has given me this leaf. Was the first leaf in my care, and then this leaf was the second one in my care, and then she put out this one this week, and it just hardened off. So I think she needs to be repotted because she downsized. So this was an upsize from her last leaf, which was this one. And then this was definitely an upsize, but this one came out smaller, a little smaller. So I think it is time for her to be repotted. Yes, look at her roots. She's definitely time to be repotted. And then I'm going to use this for, I'll probably put, I don't know what I want to put in this. I might move Queenie into this pot, because I do like this self-watering pot. And she's getting ready to put out another new leaf, so that would be another update as well. And moving on to my biggest Alocasia that I did a repot on. She's doing fine. The baby is doing fine in here. Do I see any new roots? Yes, I think I do. Yes, because her roots are growing down into the leca now. Her roots are going down into the leca. So she's doing well in her new home. I don't see any rotting roots. So yeah, I think she's doing well. She is putting out this leaf right here. I don't know what size it will be. It'll probably be smaller, given that I just repotted her. So, but she has, so all of these leaves are new in my care. All of these leaves have been grown in my care. She only had one leaf in August, and that leaf I pulled off not too long ago. I pulled it off, and now she is definitely giving me another new leaf as well. She's giving me another new leaf. So this one is definitely going to be smaller, and then she's giving me a new leaf. So we'll see if she gives out me a new leaf, but this is the leaf that I am the most satisfied with, is this one. And this one was the one that she put out not too long ago when I decided to repot her, because this one was smaller than this leaf. But she is in no drainage, and she is doing well. So I moved her from self-watering pot to no drainage. All I know about the black velvets is they need their soil to stay moist, not damp, but moist. So, and she drinks a whole lot. And that is why I decided to keep her in no drainage, because I feel like that will do better for her. And whenever I don't see any more water in the reservoir is when I will give her more to drink. So I don't wait for the soil to dry out. I wait for the reservoir to go empty, and then I will put more water in there for the bottom of the reservoir. And she seems to like that very, very much, as well as the other one that's in the self-watering pot. Back here in the corner, I have my Alocasia Longoloba Silver, and she's doing well. She put out this leaf in my care. I I had to move her in here. I don't know what was going on with her, but oh, she's thirsty. Oh, she needs some water. She definitely needs some water, but she's doing well. She is, I haven't had her in this pot too long because I just discovered these not too long ago, probably a month ago. And she's already putting roots down into the leca. So she has grown new roots in there. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that because sometimes when you repot alocasias from the store potting soil that they use, things can go terribly bad. Like they'll start dying off. And she did throw a fit though when she got repotted. And she has these yellow around the edges and on the tips. But that's probably from me not consistently watering her. She needs to be watered right today. So I'm going to leave her out so I can remember to water her. But while I'm here, I took 2 plants out so I could sit in here for you guys. And one of them is my Philodendron Red Anderson. This is one of the newer, this is my newest philodendron to my collection. And I got this locally here at Serendipity Plants in Indianapolis. And she was a hefty price, guys. Yeah, so I'm not sure if you guys like are interested in, you know, what I've paid for my plants. I know some YouTubers will tell you how much they paid and some won't. I would just say she was a couple of hundred. A couple of hundred. But I think that it's worth it because I really love the variegation in her leaves, and I'm hoping that by putting her in this grow tent that she would really, really flourish for me. I am thinking about putting her on a moss pole. I think I am. I think I'm going to put her on a moss pole. And normally I wouldn't. I would do that when they're very juvenile, put them on a moss pole so they can start up. But I think she has plenty of room to grow. And as long as I get those roots to touch the moss pole, I think she will start really, really sizing up. But she doesn't look like she has a problem with sizing up. I also want to propagate her. I'm thinking of chopping the top off and propagating her, and so I can have 2 of them and one for sale. I'm not sure if I want to chop the whole thing up. I really don't know if I want to chop the whole thing up, but I was thinking about it. But anyways, this is the Philodendron Red Anderson, not to be mistaken with my other Philodendron Pink Princess. Now this one for sure I'm going to put on a moss pole. She's been in this pot for a very long time. I propagated her already. I have 1, 2, 3 propagations of her already. And since then she has put out, I had chopped her all the way down to here. Chopped her all the way down to here. So since I propagated her and chopped her, and I did a video of that on my Facebook business page, Swing Into Plants. I have a video posted on there where I did the chop and I chopped her. She has grown all of this since I've chopped her, but she's not sizing up. And that is the reason why I want to get her on a pole. Look at that variegation right there. So yeah, I'm going to put her on a pole and hopefully she will start sizing up and doing very well inside of this cabinet. And I'll probably do them both in the same video and post that. All right, moving along. We'll start at the top. This was a recent buy. This is another recent Philodendron buy. This is my SB Columbia, and she's doing well. I don't think I've had a new leaf from her yet, even though I see 2 coming. I see 3. I see 3 leaves coming. So that means she's happy. She's happy where she's at. She's not in this big pot. I'm just using that. She is still in this pot. She's looking like she might need a repot soon. But for now, I'm going to keep her in this pot. She's doing just fine. Just fine. This big bad boy, I think this is my largest Anthurium that I have in my collection right now. She's getting ready to, this is my Anthurium Queen of Hearts. Woo, she's leaking on me. Yeah, so this is my Anthurium Queen of Hearts, and I've had her for a few months, and she has put out this leaf in my care. This leaf. She's doing well. She's doing well. What I do know about the Queen of Hearts, and she's also getting ready, she's flowering for me as well. She's sterile, so I heard that you can use her pollen though. So this is the second flower she's given me. So I think what I'm going to do is collect her pollen and put that in the freezer. And when something else flowers, I'm going to try to use her pollen and see if I can propagate something because of these beautiful black leathery leaves. It feels like leather, like she will get greener just a little bit because this is the leaf before this one. And I'm excited to see what this new leaf is going to look like. So she will be another update in 2 months. But yeah, I love, and she has this beautiful burgundy pink sinus. And the backstory of this is that she was a mutant. And it's an interesting story, but she was an accident. So, but I think her parents are the Moodium and something else. I'm not sure, but definitely Moodium. So if you're looking for a very dark leaf Anthurium, the Queen of Heart and the Moodium is pretty damn near close looking. They look almost similar, but she has this wonderful heart shape, lobes, leaf, and a nice dark leathery texture. She is one of my favorites. This was a import a few months ago. This is my Philodendron Patricia, and she is in a self-watering pot as well. She stays thirsty too. That's why I really love these pots, because and this green stuff is algae, if you don't know, and it's totally harmless to the plant. It just means that she's in good growing conditions. And when I got her, she only had 3 leaves. So this was her first leaf, and then her second one, and her third. And then she was putting out a leaf when I got her, which was this one right here, this leaf. And this one, which is still hardening off, is still a little soft. This one is the leaf that is totally, I'm 100% responsible for. So this one grew in my care from start to finish. And I am going to put her on a short moss pole as well soon, because her arrow roots are coming out. So it's time to put her on a pole. But without a pole, I'm so surprised that I have this beautiful big leaf. And to be honest with you guys, like, she is super easy to care for, super easy. I just put her in regular potting mix, chunky soil mix, my aeroid chunky soil mix with the self-watering pot. And I just leave her be under a grow light. And yeah, she hasn't given me any issues so far. And I don't believe I've had any pests. I'm not even wearing my glasses, but I'm trying to look. But she is still hardening off. So I don't know if she's going to expand anymore or not. But usually before they harden off, they are still expanding. So she might be just a tiny bit bigger by the time she does. But these big, beautiful, leathery, like strappy leaves, I think are gorgeous. And yeah, I totally in love, and very easy very easy plant. So the Philodendron Patricia. Next to her is also an import, same import that she came in. They came in the same box. This is my Anthurium Crystallinum silver, and she is getting ready to put off another new leaf for me. And I recently repotted her as well and put her into this no drainage soil mix, and I think there's a little bit of tree fern fiber in here, not sure, but I do see new roots coming in, so that's good. And this was, so when I got her, she had these 3 leaves. This was her first one. She had these 3 leaves, and yep, and this one, when she came in, it still has some poly filling on her from unboxing. But this is the leaf that she gave me in my care. So this leaf came out in my care. It's bigger than this one a little bit. And so I'm hoping that this new leaf will be even bigger since I uppotted her. And yeah, she has these beautiful, beautiful, you can't see it on camera, but she has these really beautiful crystals in her veins. It's like glitter. So, and very easy. I haven't had any issues with her. I know that when I first started this hobby and I was, listening to YouTubers, and they were like, Anthuriums are so difficult and hard to care for. But so far, I haven't had very many issues with them at all, except for the Regal, which was to be expected. But I'm going to master that one, so I'm not worried about it. But yes, and this leaf did come out a little darker than this one, which I'm glad, because I really do want her to darken up. But yes, this is the Anthurium Crystallinum Silver. So she'll have that. It will be another update. And beside her is my Veitchii that I just got, who's rehabbing. If you can remember, I had potted her up, and then I decided to unpot her because she just wasn't doing well. And I remember I told you in that repot that her leaves might not make it because she had rotting roots. So yeah, at the most, what I would do is probably chop off all of her leaves and start her over. I'm not too pressed on not doing that. I mean, I will do that if she doesn't recover here soon. So yeah, I'm sad that she came in with bad roots, but I think I'm probably going to have to chop all the roots off and just, I don't know, start her over or something, but we'll see. We'll see how she goes. This is the only one that I'm disappointed in, just simply because she came in with something that wasn't my fault. So she came in with some really bad roots. And, I'm just going to put her back. But luckily I have another one anyways. So, and she was only like $30. So if I lose her, it will be okay. Now this one right here happens to be the very first Anthurium in my collection before I even knew anything about Anthuriums, and I just repotted her yesterday. I just repotted her yesterday. So this is a Anthurium radicans crossed with the Luxurian, and she could have done better. I could have took better care of her. First of all, I had her in my grow cabinet, and I bleached the hell out of her leaves. She should be darker. She should be bigger by now. She has given me plenty of leaves, though. Plenty of new leaves. Easy grower. No problems other than me bleaching her leaves and not uppotting her as soon as I should have. I just didn't know anything about anthuriums at the time, and she should have been repotted a very long time ago. She was in a soil pod. She was in a soil pod. So we'll see how she does. She is flowering though. So maybe she'll give me some pollen, and maybe I'll cross her cross her with I don't know if I'm just going to collect the pollen when I do get it. So, and she is giving me another new leaf way down here in the bottom. So yeah, we'll see how she does after I move her. She should be way darker than this. And yeah, I'm disappointed that I didn't really know. So don't put them too close to grow lights. She shouldn't have been bleaching, and up pot. Keep up potting so they can get larger. But that is her. She's still alive. My very first one. And next to that is my Alocasia watsonii. And let me tell you, this right here is the slowest Alocasia I have ever seen in my entire life. The slowest growing thing. And I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or not. She is finally giving me another leaf. This is the first leaf that grew out in my care. The one previous to that yellowed off and died. And this one looks okay, but she is finally giving me a new leaf. So it's taken her like 2 months to put out a new leaf, and I don't know what is wrong. I don't know what she needs. So hopefully being in here, maybe that would help. Her roots are super fine. I potted her in this pot when I potted several of my plants in these pots, because when I got them. And she is the only one that doesn't have crazy ass roots growing. And maybe I don't know if she doesn't need to be repotted because her roots are just not that crazy. Maybe she doesn't like pond as well as the other ones. I don't know. But maybe she's just a slow grower. So we'll see. And hopefully she'll size up, because these are absolutely stunning. I have seen photos and videos of other people's watsonias, and they are notorious for only having 1 or 2 leaves at a time. So yeah, I'm not really too worried or concerned about it. She'll get there. She will definitely get there. And let's see. Next to her is my Anthurium magnificum. And I just recently repotted her as well, uppotted her. She is putting out a new leaf for me there. Not really sure what happened with this, but this is the newest leaf that she put out for me, and it is bigger than her last leaf, which is good. That's a good thing. So I uppotted her, and hopefully she will give me a bigger leaf. We'll see. We'll see how much of a size jump that she does. But she's been easy to care for as well. I got this from the Green Escape. And yeah, that's about it for her. Nothing really too special. So we'll see how she does. And next to her is my Fragati that I recently did a repot on as well. She has mini shoots, and she has just put out some new leaves from, I don't know if they're pups. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I can separate her. I do want to separate her so that, give them each opportunity to not be sharing nutrients and light and fighting and competing for that. Because I really want her to size up. She has put out this leaf for me and a couple of other ones, little tiny bitty leaves in there, if you can see, little tiny bitty leaves. But yeah, I'm ready for her to size up. So, but I had repotted her, so I'm waiting. I'm going to be patient, and I'm not going to separate her until, I don't know, she just sizes up a little bit more for me. But she's doing well. She's doing well. Next to her is my baby Veitchii. Nothing much to say about her. Only thing I can say about this one is I got her from the Green Escape. And again, it was when I didn't know anything about anthuriums at all. And I had issues with her. She just wasn't growing well. And I ended up chopping off the top of her. So I basically started her over. But she did have these 2 leaves. And then she grew this one and this one in my care. This one was the recent leaf that came out. She is not growing crazy roots at all. But yeah, I'm excited to see her grow up and see how long it takes her to grow. But that is the Veitchii. And next to her is also a new baby. This is the Rhino Skin. So this is a poppy cross with Fergati and Ace of Spades from Tazula. And she is called the Rhino Skin. One of my newer babies. And I just recently uppotted her as well. And she is getting ready to put out a new leaf. So I'm excited to see that because I want her to upsize. That was the purpose of moving her in here. She has these really beautiful leaves. I absolutely love her. And yeah, I'm excited to see what that new leaf is going to look like. So I'll do an update on her. Next to her is my Papillamia. And oh yeah, she is just a stunner for me as well. So she definitely has those wide lobes. And I got her from the Green Escape. And then I got her as a really tiny, I think just these leaves right here were on her. So she put out this leaf first. And then I uppotted her. She was one of the first ones that I put in this container. And after I did that, she size jumped here. It's just now hardening. It's still not hardened off. So yeah, was a size jump after I repotted her. And she has these wonderful wide lobes. And I think that she has an iridescent color that you probably cannot pick up on camera. But she is gorgeous. Yes, and I'm so excited. Can't wait to see her. I wish I had taken a picture. So this is what happened. I try to take a picture of all my plants when I first get them in, so I can have, a reference of what they look like when I started them. But some plants that I get in, I just don't care enough to take a picture, or, I just forget about them. But I don't have baby pictures of all my plants because I really don't start paying attention to them. Some plants I don't pay attention to until they do something fantastic, or I see something online about them, and then that makes me want to pay more attention to them and care for them more. So I did not take a picture of this when I first got it, and I wish I did, but I have plenty of pictures of her now. So that's the purpose of me doing these videos, is so I can have a documentation of what my plants look like throughout the years when I'm growing them. So yeah, that's the story on her. And behind her is my Clarinovia, which was an import that I had gotten, and she has done absolutely nothing for me other than putting out this leaf right here. I am going to repot her. I don't like her in this situation. Whoa, she is dry. I need to pay more attention to her. She's still, the moss on top is still damp, but I think she's definitely thirsty. and she's definitely needing a repot. I had her in ambient conditions, so that is why she has the crisping of the leaves, but she looks like she is in desperate need of a repot, and I think I'm going to do that today. I'm going to repot her today. In fact, because I don't like the fact that she's leaning over like that, but we'll do an update on her. I'm going to sit her out there because I want to remember to repot her and get her out of that situation. Behind them, I have some babies that I've had for a while, and I repotted them on Facebook, I believe. So I have my Anthurium Dressler that came from Tropicals Plants for free. That was the one that I won, the $200 plant that I won. So she's doing well. She's still alive and well, and she's doing great. Next to her is my Dorky Eye. I believe it's the Dorky Eye. I'm not for sure. I will have to double check and see, but another Green Escape plant. She is in leca and pond mixture. She is getting ready to put out a new leaf too. I just saw that. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And hopefully that will be a size jump. I had her in a dome forever, before I found out that you should definitely be repotting. This is a crystal mag that I also got from the Green Escape. And she was also recently repotted in here. She is doing well. And that is the newest leaf that she has put out for me. So yeah, she is. And it also has a little crystals in there. So this is a cross between this plant right here. This is a cross between this plant and this one. So this one and this one had a baby and produced this one. So that's what, not these two exact plants, but that's the plants that made up this crystal mag. So my magnificum and a crystal line them together. All right, moving along. And this is just like 25% of my collection. I've thought about doing a full houseplant tour, which I will do one this year at some point, just not now, because I don't know, guys, like I have a lot of plants and that's a lot of talking. and it's just a lot for me. I tried to do it 3 or 4 times. I tried to post one or make one, and it just got overwhelming for me. I would do the whole grow cabinet in my living room and then stop and just think about all of the other plants in the plant room that I have to talk about. And then it's just like, yeah, no, not yet. So this is also another import that I got. I got this import along with that with these. Yeah, I got this import with these, I believe. I'm pretty sure. And she is also in no drainage. And look at those roots. Look at those juicy roots. They have finally reached the leca down here at the bottom. She is not in need of a repot yet, so she's still doing well in here. She is giving me 2 new leaves right there. And yeah, I am excited to see how that's going to be, because she came to me with 4 leaves. These 4 leaves is what she came to me with. All right. And this one was the last leaf that she gave me. When I put her in this pot, she definitely jumped sizes. She jumped from this leaf, because this was the biggest leaf that she came with, to this size right here. I was so excited. And what I noticed is you can tell the size of the leaf based on the size of the stem. You can see how the size on, so this was the biggest leaf. No, not that one. This one was the biggest leaf that it came with. And you can see the size of the stem. And then, because you can't tell what size the leaf is, because the leaf comes out very tiny. and then it takes time to open up and expand and get and harden off. So this stem was very much larger than this one, so I already knew it was going to be a size jump, and that's why I can't wait to see the stem on this new leaf here that's coming out, because I want to see how much more of a size jump it's going to be, and I'll be able to tell when I look at the stem if it's going to be bigger than this leaf or not. So I am so excited. She should be out by the time I do the next one. But this is the Anthurium luxurian, and I think 2 or maybe 2 years ago, this plant was very, very expensive. Very, very expensive and hard to get your hands on. I heard some YouTubers say that it was somewhere upwards in like the $300 to $500 range to get one of these plants. So right now you can get one of these at a smaller size. You can get one of these on like from tropicals.com for probably $60, and they have really, really big ones for $100 and something. I'm not sure. And did I get this from Tropicals? I'm pretty sure I got this from Tropicals. Don't quote me on that, but I think I got it from Tropicals, and I think I have her. I'm pretty sure she was in the unboxing that I did on Facebook a while back. But yeah, these beautiful, big, pilly, bumpy leaves are just to die for. So, and I'm hoping that she will size up quickly and start flowering for me, because I definitely want to make babies with this one. Definitely want to make babies with that one. All right, moving right along. Next to her is my Alocasia Golden Bone. I talked about this one in one of my previous videos, my January favorites videos, and she is also a fairly easy Alocasia to take care of. Has not given me any issues. I had her in a cup when I first got her in. She came in a pod with saran wrap around her, so I took the pod off, and then I put her in a cup with some aeroid mix, and she just wasn't looking very, very good. Like, this was one of the leaves these are the original leaves that came with her, and she just wasn't looking well. This was also one of the original leaves, right? And I was just like, you know what? I want to repot her. I saw the video, and I mentioned this in my January favorite videos. I saw a video of Kevin putting her in leca, but I didn't see the video of Kevin putting her in leca until after. Was it after I put her in here? Because I think I would have put her in leca before I put her in here if I had remembered. But anyway, she's doing. I said in my January videos that if she was putting out a new leaf in January, and I said that if she did not give me so first of all, let me backtrack. So this was the leaf that she gave me after I put her in this pot. This was the newest leaf that she gave me. And I said that if she did not upsize on her next leaf, that I was going to switch her over to leca. Well, she did. So this is the newest leaf that she gave me, which is a upsize from this one. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe she doesn't need to be in leca. Maybe this self-watering pot is and aeroid chunky mix is just fine for her. And I believe that it is, because this new leaf that she's giving me, I think it's going to be a big boy. I think it's going to be really big, and I am so excited to see it. So that will also be in the next update when I do one. I do have moss around her edges, and just to help her with her adaptation, her aerial roots that are coming out. Yeah, and I keep her. She's also another thirsty one. So Another easy alocasia to take care of if you're looking to get into alocasias, the alocasia golden bone. You know what? I like alocasias and I like anthuriums, and I think they're very similar. Not the same, but very similar. I think that their leaves and them sizing up is just is what I look forward to on both of these species. So I think that I rather focus more on anthuriums and alocasias. So I don't know if I'm going to keep my. I might get rid of other things that are in my collection just so I can focus more on alocasias and the anthuriums. I have a lot of other different varieties of plants, but none of them thrill me more than the anthuriums and the alocasias. So yeah, I haven't had any pest issues with her. Crossing my fingers. I haven't had any pest issues with her. So hopefully by being in this cabinet, she will do even better for me. And the next one, you guys, is kind of going to be a little hard for me to pick up. But give me a second. I'll get her. Well, first let me get this one so that I can move her out of the way. So this is my Alocasia Regal Shield. Let me tell you something about this one. Easy, don't get me wrong, but she definitely loves humidity. I've seen people grow them outside of humidity and ambient conditions and do just fine. When I first got her, I put her in the grow cabinet. That might have been the mistake, I don't know, but she was doing fantastic in there, putting off leaf after leaf after leaf after leaf. If I have a picture of her, I'll post it. But I didn't pay that much attention to her because she was doing so well. She didn't need my care. So I just kind of just tucked her back in the corner and let her do her thing. And then I just was like, well, she's getting a little bit too big. Let me take her out of the cabinet and put her in my plant room on the shelf. When I did that, she stopped growing. She stopped producing new leaves. Her older leaves started to yellow off and they were sagging just like these. But I put her in here. She has totally perked back up. She perked back up besides these two leaves, and she is putting out two new leaves simultaneously now. And it's only been a week. She's only been in here for a week. She is growing roots into the reservoir now. So she may need to be repotted soon. I'm not going to. I'll repot her this spring and hopefully she'll do fine for me unless she produces a smaller leaf. And if these two leaves are extremely small, then I might do that. But another easy one is the Alocasia Regal Shield. Has not given me a pest issue at all. And like I said, she just likes humidity in my care. In my care, she wants to be in humidity. So that's that for her. All right. Ooh. All right. I featured her in the January favorites. Now, I repotted her. She did not she went through some stress after I repotted her. I repotted her and it stressed her out. She started yellowing. I started crying, but she has recovered. She's recovered. She's doing that thing where every time I repot her, one leaf goes kind of soggy. But she's a fast grower, very fast grower. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I post her all the time. She had 2 leaves in November. When I got her from the Green Escape, and when I got her, she was very leggy, very, very leggy. I put her in LACA, and I've told this story before, but I put her in LACA, lost all of her leaves. I had to chop her back. I put her in pond in a no drainage vessel. No, I put her in pond in a pot self-watering pot. And that's when she started to grow for me, and she grew back even stronger and better. I just don't like leggy plants. So, you know, she was very leggy when I got her. And I'm glad that everything happened that happened, because when she grew over, she's shorter and, you know, not very leggy and wobbly and all that stuff. But, you know, these leaves will go, they're going to go eventually when she gets bigger and bigger. But I repotted her recently. And like I said, she didn't take to it well, but she will bounce back. The babies are doing awesome in here. They're sizing up very well. I repotted her because she put out this leaf right here that was smaller than the last previous leaf. And this is her newest leaf that she put out, which is not hardening off yet. And it's probably smaller simply because I just repotted her. So I am looking forward to her next leaf. Her next leaf should be bigger. And I also have moss around her edges as well. Her babies are giving me new leaves as well. She's just popping off. She's popping off well. And her roots are already coming out. I have her in this net pot, and those are her roots already. So I think she likes the situation that she's in. And I'm just waiting